Am I supposed to give a woman an orgasm? Okay, so you're a toy that is there to make the woman have pleasure. That's technically what you're saying. Am I supposed to give a woman an orgasm? Because I, as a man, am supposed to give a woman an orgasm. I am defined by the number of orgasms I give to a woman, and I will be compared to the other men she has banged prior to fucking with me, and I will be evaluated on a scale of orgasms. Therefore, I am a dildo, and my role is to perform like a dog in order to please her. Good luck. So now you're not really fucking her. You're fucking with all the guys she's fucked, competing to see who can better fuck her. So who's got frame in your opinion? Who's in charge in your opinion? So you're the bitch. Congratulations. This is your mindset in regards to sex. I'm gonna fuck her. I'm gonna perform. I'm gonna outfuck all the other guys. And I'm going to give her, and I'm going to count the number of orgasms I'm giving her, which clearly define her capacity to open herself to me and my superiority as a man. Well, look, do the exercise. What are you really saying? You need her to validate your manhood, and she will validate your manhood by having more orgasms with you than she has had with previous men, because you are superior as a man. So what are you at the end of the day? A fucking dildo that she's using for her own pleasure while giving you the impression that you're the man. Congratulations. This is how your average person engages in sexuality. Now, if you enjoy this, enjoy. I've partaked in such dances. In some circumstances, I was the winner. In some other circumstances, because the girl had a certain kind of mindset, I was not the winner, and I fell with my little cock in between my legs because I was defeated by some imaginary man in her fantasies. I don't play in this anymore. I am not a dildo. I'm not here to please you, and I'm not here to entertain you or compete with other men. I don't do that. So, what's on the other side? You don't know, obviously. You may know. If you do know, shout out to you. But most likely you have no fucking idea what I'm talking about, because for you, you're a dildo. And if you're not a dildo, you try to flip the frame around where she's just a rag that you come in. That's sex for you. Yeah, so you're going to have sex because first of all, you want to ejaculate. Your mind is full of fetishes and fantasies. You want to have a quote-unquote good time. Then you're intimidated by sexuality because it's a grand ocean that you have no idea about. She uses your fear and ignorance against you. And now she transforms into have to perform to show her, I'm a man, because she is the one who determines my manhood. We've spoken about this in length in my previous videos. My manhood is not defined by a woman. My manhood is defined by my fullness. And my fullness has got nothing to do with women. It's got to do with a functioning nervous system and its connection to life. My fullness comes from there. My fullness, my manhood is not defined by a bitch. And if you, as a man, put her in such a position, you're an imbecile. And now I know some other kinds of guys are going to act like they don't put no, of course not. They wouldn't do that. But that's what they act anyways. But they try to reverse the frame and act like they don't care. But that's how they behave. So this is the type of exchange you're going to have. It's a shallow exchange based on two people using each other for whatever they're using each other, either for a form of pleasure, a form of release, and a form of validation, a form of status, and to beat out competition who is invisible. Meaning, as a man, you're fucking a girl. Let's say she's had 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 0, 4, 7, 8 partners. You're competing against them. So any man who's been with another woman, you know exactly. When she's looking at your cock, the list goes down. Oh, he fits there. But I like that version. Problem. Oh no, I can adjust my cock. Look. Oh! Yes or no? Get the fuck out of here. You know exactly what I mean. I'm like, is that so? That's what it's about. Listen, I've done this. I've played this game. I thought I was gonna win. I thought, like, every man thinks he's the greatest lover. I'm going to conquer everybody. Then I got bored. That's the truth. I got bored. First of all, it's shallow. It doesn't satisfy me. Let's cut the crap. It's me. It doesn't fulfill me. Then I feel dirty. I feel filthy. I feel used. And if I've kind of played it around the other way, I feel that I've used her, but she still used me. Everybody's using everybody. If that's what the game is about, I don't want to play it because it sucks. That's how I felt. After I've had my run and played and did this and that to try to prove myself that I'm a superior man to the other men. Isn't that what you're trying to do? So isn't the fact that you're trying to prove yourself superior to other men a proof that you're not a superior man? And then if you need her to validate you, to tell you, oh, I've never had a lover like you before. What does that say about you as a man? Oh, that you're a very secure man, right? Oh, no, for you to be a secure man is to step into the scene and be 100% certain that you're the superior man. So your man is always defined vis-a-vis other men. So maybe you're gay. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think you're gay, bro. I think you have a fetish with other men and you want to fuck them so that you can prove to them that you're better than them. Except you wouldn't do that, right? Because you're not gay, right? But this is exactly what your mind is doing, though. But that doesn't count. Because nobody can see what you do in the subtle realms, right? You fuck other men up their asses so that you can prove that you're a superior man. Isn't that what your behavior is? Nah, most of you will not understand what I'm saying. Shout out to those of you who understand because you have a little depth. Now, this is not to criticize. If this is what sexuality is about, fuck it, I don't want to play. It sucks. That's what it is. All of this with all the headaches and all the mess and the spent of money and all this shit and all this hassle and heartache and all this for like a measly little pleasure and maybe, I'm superior than the other men. And then you got to live your life like Michael Jordan, always afraid that somebody's going to take your space. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not that I don't understand. It's not that I've not played this game. I did. I did the best I could with what I have. So do you. And no matter how much success I had or didn't have, I found that this sucks for me. And in my system, I'm like, there's got to be something more to it than this because this sucks for me. This sucks for her. This is shallow. This doesn't satisfy me. There is no depth. There is no actual, whatever the sensation is minimal. It's not really amazing. It's just like whatever. Smoking a weed is more interesting. I used to think that at some point. I'm like, why am I going to have sex? Smoking weed is more interesting. I enjoy smoking weed more than fucking a girl. And when I'm smoking weed and fucking a girl, it's fine, but I kind of rather smoke the joint. I mean it. I went through a phase like this. I really loved the weed though. Because it was better than that. I'm like, this is much better than a girl. It's like, everything and her smells and all this. It's a stress. Woman is a stress. If you go at it like this, it's a performance. So I learned that there's something else that exists. There's a whole other way to engage with sexuality and engage with women. And I made it, for myself, it was clear. I made it a commitment to myself. And this is what I want. I want something else because this doesn't satisfy me. And the first thing was to re-evaluate my definition of manhood and start and go on a journey of manhood to discover, well, what is it to be a man, really? And it's not what has been conditioned and what I've been copying or emulating or trying to pretend that it is. It's not that at all, because this is, everything I'm pretending is taking me on this path, which we've just described in this video in regards to sexuality. And I hate it. It sucks. You are a tool. And if you don't know that, you're a moron and I can't help you. So that I don't want to see, I'm not a tool. And if my power and what I am as a man is in the hands of a woman, then Of course you hate her. Of course you secretly or not secretly want to destroy her, which is your reality. You want to secretly destroy her and conquer her because she's defining your manhood. In her hands, she determines if you're a man or not. So she's like this, she's Caesar. And then everybody's going to laugh at you. Girls. That's Marco. Oh, Stephen, he was so amazing. And then Stephen, like a little dog, he's like, I'm amazing. I'm amazing. So Stephen's life is controlled by a bunch of bitches. And he's the man, and he's the alpha male when his life is controlled by a bunch of bitches' opinion. Anyways, like I say, if this works for you, enjoy it. It didn't work for me. So I set out on a different path. A path was presented to me, and I went for it. And that path required me to reevaluate technically everything, without a question. Everything. Starting with what is manhood? What kind of manhood is enacted here in what I call fake world or everyday life? How does that actually make you feel? It makes you feel like shit because you are shit. You don't have anything. You have to steal from other people to feel that you have something. So that had to be super clear for me. And then determine, okay, so where does a man acquire value? What is real value? What is real power? And that process eventually led me to better understand women. What is a woman? What is the power of a woman? What is my duty in regards to the woman? What is our relationship supposed to be about? And therefore, when we dance together, in other words, when we fuck, well, what are we really doing? In this world, when you go see a woman, you're all pent up. You're so pent up. You're so full of stress. All you want to do is release your stress. That's why you either bang the fuck out of her or just instantly come. You're so stressed. And that's what you call sex. And in her mind, she's also so full of stress. So either she just wants to suck your energy as fast as possible or wants you to fuck her brains out another way, beat her, rape her, like just annihilate her so she can release a little bit of tension. And that's that universe. Like I'm saying, there's another world. There's another world where people are more conscious of who they are and they don't live full of tension at the surface of life. So the sexual relation is a whole other affair. Everything is different about it. We cannot even, there's nothing that resembles besides the fact that it's the same bodies, the same organs. Clitoris is there, penis is there, but the dance is totally different. The purpose of the dance is not the same. Your purpose of dance here is to spill energy, get energy out of you. The purpose here is to cultivate energy. It's the opposite. So when we have an orgasm here, it's because energy is released and pushed out. When you have whatever you call an orgasm here, let's say the equivalent. The words I don't like because when I say orgasm, you think of something and I think of something else. So we have an issue just like when I use the word yoga, you think of something and I think of something else. But for the sake of conversation, here orgasm means release of energy. You spill it. Here orgasm means movement of energy. Going from one level of energy and entering into the realm of more energy. And an opening of the nervous system that is able to receive more energy and a pulsating, vibrating energy that it's like a wave passing through the whole nervous system and the body. You're not wasting energy, you're cultivating energy, whereas here you're spilling energy. It's like here you have a glass, you put water, and your orgasm would be, fuck, you bring a bigger glass. Fuck, I need a bigger glass. Fuck, I need a bigger glass. And you stop because to have a bigger glass takes a form of energy. It takes effort. Not effort, it's a form of work. You have to release tension, release tension, release tension, release tension, release tension. You get to a place it's like I can't get past level 2. Fine. So you have a full level 2 glass. Here, you have a little shooter and it's empty. So that's why I have a hard time to answer such a question because it's like, well, how do we compare? It's another game. Yet it's the same bodies, it's the same organs, it's the same man and woman, but the game and the purpose of the game is totally different. So If you tell me have this, I'm like, no, thank you. This sucks. It's like, would you like a Big Mac? I'm like, listen, I used to love Big Macs. I don't want to eat a Big Mac for anything in the world. Why? Because it's shit. It's junk food. Well, this is junk sex. I'm not interested in this. Well, why? Because it's pointless. It's after I eat my Big Mac, I'm more sick than before. I've lost something. I've lost my empty stomach. Now it's filled with rubber. So here I had energy. I lost something. I lost my energy. So maybe you call this a release and a form of happiness. Now I've been on that side. I'm telling you, the real joy you have is all in your brain because you've confused things and you think you're the man. If it wasn't for the fact that you think you're the man after you have sex, your experience would be very different because you'd feel yourself. What would you feel? A form of replenishing and a form of disgust with yourself and disgust with a woman, and you would start to perceive her subtle energy and her thoughts towards you because you've technically abused her. Not a negative way you abuse her because you're a bad person, but you used her. She used you too, but it's not the point. You used her. That's what the point is. You're responsible for yourself. What she does is not our problem, right? So you just used her. So you've reduced a human being, an entire microcosm of an entire representative of the whole creation, a human being, you reduced it into a Kleenex. It's like taking $1 billion and throwing it out the window thinking it's just a wrapper, your chip wrapper. That's what you did. So at a deep level, at an unconscious level, you feel like an idiot because you are a fucking idiot. But you don't understand that because your brain and your mind is so conditioned to think that now you're the man. Now I just got laid, I got a girl. I'm the man. And then you're going to walk with your chest pumping. I'm the man. I'm the man. Because I got a girl. I'm the man. Well, if that works for you, good for you. Enjoy. What can I say? Who am I to say anything? I know exactly what this is about. I've done it. I've, dare I say, enjoyed it for what it's worth. And then I got quickly bored. I'm like, this is boring. It's not worth it. It's not worth my time. I'd rather meditate. Because when I meditate, I have more interesting experiences. But I still love girls. So what do? No more girls? I'm like, no. Somehow, there's got to be something more to the man and woman relationship and the dynamic. And I wanted to discover this. So guess what? When you want something, it happens. But lastly, and I said this in a previous video series, this is an addiction. It's like being addicted to Coca-Cola. It's like being addicted to porn. It's being addicted to certain kind of sensations. It's an addiction. I know the addiction. I've suffered from the addiction. It's a deep fucking addiction. It goes way deeper than you're like a horrible person that disrespects a woman and uses her as a Kleenex. No, I ain't got nothing to do with that. It's twistedry in your nervous system, twistedry in your gonads. Everything in your nervous system is twisted. Because your mind is twisted, and that's why you enact in a twisted way. Let's forget so-called judgment on our behavior. As a man, you are twisted and you're suffering, and you don't know that you're suffering. Because your mind is conditioned to think that you're the man because you watch videos in which people you think are gods, look at this as a rapper, he's God, is behaving this way. So I should too also behave this way. Listen, I told you a story. I used to listen to Biggie Smalls. And he had this song, I got a story to tell. I told this in another video. It's literally a song where he's telling his friends that he went and banged a girl and the boyfriend came and he jumped out the window and he thinks he's the man. So I listened to that as an idiot, repressed fucking moron, a porn watching, repressed game playing moron. It's a cool story because it's the only stories you know. So guess what I did? I did the same thing, except the husband never came. He came after I left. And when I'm leaving, I'm like, yay, I'm like him, and he's cool, so I'm him. But that's not how I really felt inside. I felt disgusting. That's how I felt inside. I felt disgusting for myself. I felt disgusting for her. I felt disgusting for the husband who's not there. I felt disgusting for the kids who I don't know where they were, but they were not there at the time. I felt disgusting for the bed. I'm like, poor bed. I felt this whole thing it's dirty. This is dirty. This is how a man behaves, like dirty, and then finds pride in it? Yeah, because you're half baked and you're an idiot, and then you can go tell your friends who are stupid about the story, and then you'll be like, oh wow, that's great, because that's like the song, and you're the man because you can do what's in the song. That means you must be a grander than life character. That's what I mean, twistedry in the mind. And if we remove the twistedry in the mind, You're confronted with reality and you're confronted with how you actually feel. And you may not like how you feel because you'd be surprised. You don't really feel good. Of course you don't feel good. You just, look what you just did. Fortunately, alcohol is there. Fortunately, drugs are there. Fortunately, conditioning from society is there. So all of that is there to affect your mind and hypnotize you and make you believe that this is a manly behavior. With all due respect, this is the last thing that is manly. Because if you were a man, you would never behave in such a way because you're not respecting yourself. Okay, so I can respect you. We can say that you respect yourself to the point that you want to come so that you find your way to come. I'll give you that. You get that, okay? That's like 1 point. 1 point. Congratulations, you have 1 on 100 on your exam. So in my book, that's 0. In fact, if you don't have 100, you have 0. But let's not go that far. You have 1 on your exam. You are not honest enough to say, I'm horny, and act on it. I'll give you that. But everything about how you're actually feeling is twisted and confused. And I'm not here to judge you. I've done this. I know what that journey is. I've enjoyed it for what it is. It's such a short-lived little fucking pleasure. It's pathetic. It's not even worth. It's like eating a chocolate, a fucking caramel. And what I'm trying to say, for those of you who understand what I'm saying, is that there's another world that exists. That's all I'm saying. And that other world, its foundation is, well, what's a man? And if I want to reclaim my manhood, that means I need to take full accountability for myself and my life and manhood. It's no longer in the hands of other people to determine or judge or decide if I'm a man according to their standards. What's actually a man as per nature's design? And that's a deep, profound question that your average person will never think because your average person is brainwashed to think that behaving like an idiot is manly. Period.